Hi, my name is Arynne Broom. I'm a real estate agent here in Fresno County, and I've been working with Guarantee Real Estate for just under 4 years. If you have even the slightest interest in the housing market, I am sure you have heard that interest rates are rising. During the very early days of the pandemic, it was really difficult for anyone to predict what was going to happen in the short term.
I mean, we all remember not being able to find toilet paper.
And during this time of economic insecurity, a lot of people felt safest hanging on to as much cash as they could and not spending it. But the problem is, when a majority of consumers all stop spending at once, money stops exchanging hands and the economy suffers. In order to combat this, the Federal Reserve drastically reduced interest rates so that people would be encouraged to keep spending and to keep loaning money from the banks, despite the COVID of it all. If we look back to the before times, in early 2019, interest rates sat somewhere around a 4.5%, and they continually dropped until we saw a historic low of 2.5% in December of 2020. This is a major part of why we saw unprecedented buyer competition within the housing market here in Fresno County. People who never really intended on buying anything suddenly decided to take advantage of these low rates, and in turn, anything inhabitable suddenly had multiple offers overnight. Since then, we've seen a gradual increase month over month until we fast forward to where we are now, and as of the filming of this video, the standard rate sits at about a 3.75%. But now we're seeing alarmingly high levels of inflation. And in order to fight it, the government intends to continue to increase interest rates. The truth is that rates are going to continue to go up over the course of 2022. But the question is, how much and how quickly will that happen? So what does that mean for you as a buyer? Let's take a look.
For my buyer clients, I always try to make sure, hey, the thing that you need to be most concerned with is the monthly payment. Are you comfortable in the monthly payment? You live in the monthly payment. The interest rate and the home purchase price are kind of arbitrary in the grand scheme of things compared to what is the amount of money that's actually coming out of your pocket each month. So now let's take a look at how different interest rates are going to affect a home buying scenario. This buyer does not want their PITI payment to exceed $2,000 a month. PITI stands for principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. All four components are what make up your monthly mortgage payment. So if you see here at a 3.75% interest rate, which is kind of where we're sitting now, you can purchase a home with a price of up to just over $320,000. As this interest rate goes up, if you see 4.25% interest rate, your purchasing power with that same $2,000 a month payment drops down to $306,842. Then again, as you go up another 0.5% to 4.75, you now can only purchase up to $294,108 and still keep that same $2,000 a month payment. And again, as it goes up and up, you can see it goes down and down what you're able to afford and still keep your payment where you want it to be. And that's why interest rates can be so crucial. All of these numbers are at a 5% down payment, conventional 30-year financing. I feel like that's a very standard loan, especially for first-time home buyers. Most people who have never owned a home before don't really have the luxury of coming in with 20% down to start. So that's why I decided to calculate this the way that I have. As you can see, it makes a pretty dramatic difference. We've only gone up a full 2% in interest, which doesn't sound like all that much on the surface, but suddenly, keeping your payment at $2,000 a month, you've reduced your purchasing power a whole $50,000. And if you're currently shopping for a home, make sure you check in with your lender periodically to make sure that all of the numbers still make sense for you. That way you aren't caught off guard if interest rates have gone up.
So I hope you found this informative. Of course, if you're thinking about buying or selling real estate in Fresno County, I would be honored to help. My contact information is coming up shortly. Thank you so much for watching. Bye! Today on the menu is spicy tuna. It's good. Can of tuna. Chunk light tuna because it's lower in mercury. Sriracha, plain full-fat Greek yogurt, sesame oil, salt, pepper, a touch of soy sauce, and then top it with green onions. I think I eat 90% of my meals with chopsticks. I guess it makes me feel more sophisticated than using a fork, although it's the more archaic tool, I guess you could say. So I shouldn't feel that way, but I do. You should get all the rice out of your teeth. Family Madrigal, home of the family Madrigal.